Watches are something many of us use on a daily basis, and they're very important to our lifestyles. One of the youngest and biggest watch brands right now is Richard Mille, and they've been creating some truly amazing watches with perfect craftsmanship. So stay tuned to today's video as we're going to discuss how are Richard Mille watches created. First up, we have how are these watches made? The process of making these watches is actually really cool to learn about, so today we're going to discuss the process from the beginning to the watches being sold. First of all, according to the website, Richard Mille has some information on their watches. It says, the official opening of our components unit in 2013 was undeniably a big step for the brand. Suddenly, in addition to our technical and design expertise, we also possess the ultimate tool to bring our calibers to life, machining them internally and testing them to our own standards. Our first in-house caliber was the CRMA1 that lies at the heart of the RM037. This mechanical beauty was the fruit of powerful brand innovations, such as the function selector, the variable geometry rotor, and the intensive usage of titanium parts in its construction. These watches rely on the partners and suppliers that Richard Mille has in the pipeline, so they really need a good working relationship with them all. They secure some of the best professionals that they can in the industry to make sure their watches are created with the best aspects of watchmaking at every point in the process. Most watch manufacturers spread out their construction between different companies and places, but Richard Mille actually has an 80% construction rate, meaning that 80% of the watch is created within their house and from their own employees. It's a really cool thing that requires lots of precision to make sure it's all right. Their goal is to work with more companies in the future that match their own philosophies and want to lead good times. Every single element of the watch, right down to the screws, needs to be codified in a similar fashion. The entire process takes on even more significance when you realize that a Richard Mille timepiece contains very few standardized parts, so ready-made solutions offer no solace. The technical drawings, whether they concern a screw, a case, a pinion, or any other part, can be downloaded to the cutting, milling, and other types of machines. However, this is never simply a turnkey operation. According to them, their manufacturing process is where the character and essence of the Richard Mille brand comes from. They want to create elegant, ergonomic, and aesthetic designs for everyone that are handcrafted by specialists who love the watch and want to create it to perfection. Each watch is remarkable and is created by someone with a keen eye, patience, and some insane handiwork. The decorations on the watch, as well as the screws, bridges, winding barrels, covers, springs, watch cases, and even the hands, are all created by hand by the experts that they have in-house. It's a truly amazing process that only they can perfect and recreate every time. Each watch has its own care placed into it, and they are truly one of a kind, just like a perfected sports car. They take that much care in the process that it's something you will never see in the next watch after it. Each watch has its own care placed into it, and that makes each watch special and specific to whoever created it and when they created it. Over their short time being a watch business, they've gained some high notoriety for how amazing and special their watches truly are. You feel special having one of their watches, as they're all handcrafted and love and care are placed into each component that they do in-house. To get a Richard Mille watch of your own, visit their website. You can also find out more information on the creation process there as well. What did you think about these watches and how they're made? Let us know down in the comments section below. And now on to some other tech news. Next up we have, are electric cars better for the environment? As we move into the future of vehicles, more and more people are asking about how clean these new electric cars really are for the environment. It's known that current petrol and diesel cars and vehicles aren't good for the environment at all. In fact, it's been said that in the next 10 or so years, diesel cars will be almost extinct from many roads across the world, and everyone will be close to having electric cars. The huge benefit right now to electric cars is the contribution they make to small towns and cities. They improve the air quality in these areas as less gas is being pumped out into the air and destroying its overall quality. Pure electric cars, of course, produce no emissions whilst driving on the roads, meaning that they don't contribute to the air pollution unlike normal gas vehicles. Now we have, how does electric car production affect the overall environment? Despite the product itself not affecting the environment as it uses no gas, the production of said vehicles is what uses so much energy. However, when looking deeper into how these cars are produced compared to other gas cars, the battery is the only thing that affects the environment, and it's a much greener process than an actual gas car. This is because the emissions are created over the car's lifetime, not at the point of production. Though the worst part about production is the creation of the electric car as it affects the environment, the process is slowly becoming better and better for the environment as technology is advancing for the greater good. It looks like more than a third of the overall CO2 emissions from electric cars comes from from the actual process of creating the car itself, and not from driving it around, unlike other gas-powered vehicles. Another great thing about electric cars is their ability to reuse and recycle older batteries from previous cars. This is something that many companies are of course looking deeper into and trying to make work even better than it does right now. Their goal is that one day we can have a battery in our home that can store our own energy for our own needs. A universal battery for almost everything and anything you will need. What a cool thing to look forward to. Finally, we have SpaceX's monstrous, dirt-cheap Starship may transform space travel. SpaceX is always trying to improve space travel and be the next best and biggest thing in that field. We are always seeing improvements come from Elon Musk's space travel and engineering company. They recently got the money from NASA and are clearly putting it all to good use. Over the past 50 years of space travel, we've slowly been able to create bigger and better rocket ships that can carry even more into outer space or to the space stations orbiting our planet. Recently, SpaceX announced Starship. Starship is a product that aims to create an even bigger spaceship, but being super cheap at the same time. They want to mass produce these things and allow space travel to become easier for companies, and NASA aiming to take things into space and explore the galaxy. It's a crazy development and could really transform space travel forever. Over the next few years, we could be seeing this development take over, and we might finally enter a new stage of the space age. This is going to be paired in the history books alongside Jeffrey Bezos's commercial space travel missions that allow people to pay a hefty price but enter space for a brief moment. What do you think about all of this? Let us know what you think in the comments section down below. Finally, we have the luxury brand you'd least expected may want to go car camping with you. The brand we're talking about today is named Lincoln. They are a brand synonymous with luxury and they thrive in it. Lincoln actually has vehicles with fully black leather seats, orchestra door chimes, and even cards named like yachts. They distinguish themselves from other car brands in this way, and are even moving into a brand new market. Lincoln needed a change because their brand wasn't very trendy and just wasn't doing as well as they hoped. Their new business venture was glamping. They would use these luxury cars and rent them out for a glamping experience. If you somehow don't already know what glamping is, it's using luxury products for camping. Instead of treating camping like a bare bones sort of experience, glamping allows you to have all the fun of camping but with technology and more luxurious items to mess around with. Lincoln announced this new venture by creating an advertisement for their new car featuring Matthew McConaughey. This was such a cool one to watch. Well, what do you think about all of this? Let us know down in the comments section below. Would you want to go glamping or camping in general with a car like that? Let us know down below. And that's the end of today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed this latest video. If you did, would you please let us know down in the comments section below? It would be very helpful. Make sure to like the video, comment down below, and of course subscribe to the channel with the notification bell rung. Thank you for watching today's video. Bye!